Hello? Check, check. Hello? The last time I did this, the sound was all off, so I'm doing a check real quick. Check, check. All right, all right. It sounds pretty good. Man, you guys are lagging behind. Live is lag. It's that me saying check check was after I was done talking, I was listening to the live stream and it took up until just now. Wow. What a lag. Welcome welcome from the past. Hello there. Alrighty. Today we are going to have a fun one. We're gonna have a great one. I have a couple topics, as you can see in the bottom below. Steven Crowder. Do we need fascism? Is fascism good? Should we make a case for fascism? We'll see. Fight Club. Some fascists made Fight Club. And rest in peace, Roach Lord, Roach Man. So let's just get right into the meat and beans. How do you like the new background too? It's a GIF. It's nice. I know I shouldn't talk bad about the Roach Lord, seeing that I need to clean my room, but you know, at least I'm a decent person and not like a brooding savage like he is, you know. All right. Steven Crowder, Mr. really doesn't exist anymore. Mr. Irrelevant over here. My. Let me. There we go. That's better. Wait. Nope. Wait. There we go. Now we're okay. Mirroring my motion. Good. Steven Crowder, look how irrelevant this guy is. I remember when he was getting like 500,000 all the time. Now it's just like 100,000, 60. It's like 64,000, 71,000. I know I'm irrelevant, but like, damn, you have all this oil money backing you up and pushing you through the algorithm, and this is all you can do. The fuck is that? Well, what is he talking about? Do we need fascism? What we're gonna be talking about today? Dear Diary. More Fauci ouchie bull crap. Of fear mongering about immigration. Keep on keeping it on with that good old birth of a nation talking points. Good job. Fear mongering of the Red Scare. Okay, we're bringing back McCarthyism. Biology wins again. I don't know why someone that's anti-biology and like illiterate when it comes to the science of biology thinks like he knows anything to say about biology, but okay. Islamophobia, 9/11 fear-mongering. Okay. Wow, just fear, hate, death. Okay. Oh. You I forgot all about this. Is conservatives like still on this guy? This lady called a child the N-word, and then all the conservatives were like, "We're not racist, but like we should all give that money, that lady money. We should all give money to that lady for calling a child the N-word." You know. All right, let's just get into this crap. I'm probably gonna speed it up. Yep, I can't stand one speed, so we speed it up.
Even the bad fascists, they were a mistaken response to equally bad Marxists or leftists. And Marxism, communism, has killed far more people, and it's not even close. It's not even close. How often do you...
Okay, so right out the bat, we are both sidesing this. That's great. I love this. Right out the bat, I'm pretty sure all the people that died in the Holocaust, well, not necessarily all in the Holocaust, but like everyone that was rounded up in Nazi Germany and was like put to death. Uh, I would say those people probably weren't equal to what the Nazis ended up doing. You know, like they probably were progressive and they wanted equal rights for certain groups of people and they wanted strong safety nets and to have the government work for the people, by the people, for the people. It was good old normal shit stuff. But oil conglomerates, they need this guy to say some stupid stuff to keep his stupid audience distracted and fearful and hateful. So let's hear how the left are actually the fascists, or like Nazis were actually uh the left, but now fascism is the right, and it's actually good. Let's okay.
Hear the accusation of fascism. Okay, what do you think it means? All right.
Oh, you know what fascism? Okay, that's easy. I already got a tab open just because. hmm. Chuds love AI. Let's see what the AI overview says. Fascism is a far right, authoritarian, and ultranationalist political system. It features a powerful dictator, strict social hierarchy, and total control of security. It puts the nation above the individual and uses violence to crush any opposition. Wow, really sounds like land of the free. Really sounds like democracy. Really sounds very patriotic. Damn. You know what? You know what? I might just be on. He might be on something. He actually might be onto something. I think I might be turning coat. I think. Yep, there we go. Part of the crew now. Let's go.
Begin with, communism, Marxism, socialism, responsible for at least 100 million deaths in the 20th century. Okay? Seems to me that should be the starting off point for every semester of history, certainly economics, when you're looking at different socioeconomic systems. 100 million dead minimum to begin with. Makes it pretty hard to say, religion is the cause of all wars, right? 100 million.
In the numbers that I'm aware of that they counted, that when it comes to the counting of deaths from the USSR specifically, they utilized Nazi deaths in the war. They also utilized like natural disasters. So if we're using natural disasters, I would say the natural disasters plus all the wars and the slaughter for capital and the oh, what is it called? The my brain isn't working right now. It's too quiet. It's spooky quiet right now. Um all the natural disasters and all of the uh overthrowing of governments, destabilizing of governments for corporate desires, greed, all that stuff. I would say America alone is pretty bad, you know? Pretty bad. I would love to know the numbers in comparison. I think let's see. How many that's not I haven't even mentioned like all the preventable deaths that like all the deaths that happened that could have been prevented because of cost, you know, right? So like if someone's sick but they don't have the money to get the surgery they need or the medication they need and they die like that, you know? Under a socialist system or a communist system, those would be given to them. It'd be provided to them because it's a necessity for them. It's just really funny. Like they want to point out countries that weren't actually communists and be like, oh, communism did this. It was an authoritarian state utilizing the symbology and language of communists to justify its position of power. Like stateless, classless, moneyless society, you know, can't really say like a state government could be a stateless, classless, moneyless society. That it was it classless? No. Was it stateless? No. Was it moneyless? No. Hmm. Sounds like it just called the thing without actually being the thing. How many deaths under capitalism? Why's my cap locked on? Da, 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 da. So in the 20th century alone, what I just saw there, I don't know how accurate you want to take this, but like 100 million deaths in the 20th century alone. I think that's a little short number. I would you have to think about it. Like all of the groups that we funded, all the terrorist groups that we funded to overthrow left leaning um, governments, like in South America, or like uh, democracies in the Middle East. All of those groups would be because overthrowing those countries would make it so they could gain our capitalist elite could gain influence in those areas and sell their goods and services, uh, and also purchase resources on the cheap. So like, man, I it'd be hard to quantify that freaking number. It's like capitalism has had its fingers in literally everything. So you could probably in the at least the millions, multi-million, I would say, because any person that couldn't get their medication, any person that couldn't feed themselves, any person that couldn't uh, get away, any person that was murdered in wars of capitalist countries, it just go on and on.
Dead communism, that's the toll. Now, when action is taken to disinfect a nation, and sometimes I will admit, very radical action, taken to deal with the root ideology and systems that have led to the death of 100 million people, the left yells fascism.
So 100 million people are being slaughtered right now, and that's why we're calling fascism. So like Democrat policies, because that's who this guy was going to call the communist, right? Like the freaking uh, center right neoliberal, do nothing, paid opposition Democrats. They're going to like they've actively made policies. I would honestly agree. Like they are a part of the problem, but like the solution isn't like the actual opposition. Like I said, they are the paid opposition. The actual opposition is right wing ideology and like right wing desires. So maybe the paid opposition is a little bit better than the actual opposition. I'd prefer like do nothing neoliberals than like authoritarian, theocratic, hateful bigot like hate mongers like this Canadian little shit. Pathetic little Canuck. Like go back to your own country, god damn it. No, we don't want you here. I don't want you here.
The problem is fascism has been used historically, not in the way that you've been told. It's been used against communism because with communism, socialism, right? You vote them in, you have to shoot your way out. They don't.
In Weimar Republic, communism and socialism was the socialists were gaining ground, but they weren't nearly close to having any significant influence. It was neoliberalism that was mostly in charge. In Italy, the the socialists there, they weren't really in charge either. Like the majority of these cases where fascism rises, it's a fear it's people are having a bad time, so to profit off of the negative feelings and experiences of the populace, wealthy, powerful individuals push out propaganda to say, "Hey, it's not it's not our fault that you're in this bad position. It's not like the system actively working as it should, which is against you and is taking more from you, and like you having less and less and less and we having more and more and more. It's not the fact that you have to pay to practically take a breath. It's the brown people. It's the rainbow people. You see those guys that are holding hands in love, just minding their own business. They want to destroy your life. They are the reason why you can't pay your medical bills, and it's why it's stupid. And this is come. I this is like this is really no different than the lost cause myth. Because what was going on then? It was a bunch of racist white people that was crying about like, oh, if black people have equality, then they're gonna uprise and like kill us all, and we're gonna be the enslaved ones. It's the position of power. It's the position on the higher totem pole, feeling like if everyone else was equal, then they would lose something. So then they rage against it. It's Fascism is dumb man's socialism. The idiotics, the idiotic individuals. Man, I'm tired. I'm out of it. If you can't tell, fuck, dude. Oh no, I've lost everything.
Don't leave once they attain power, and they nationalize the means of production distribution, which, by the way, is the goal of Marxism. So you've probably been taught, or maybe not even taught, you just have teachers point to historical examples of fascists, maybe even just one or two, and they go, see, fascism bad. We did a little bit more, well, hold on a second. We always want to ask why. It doesn't justify it, but the left, who is so willing to ask why when someone commits a heinous crime against an innocent person and is willing to fight to get them out of prison, which they also don't believe in, that's a part of Marxism, they're not willing to ask why.
Wait. What? I need a new mouse. This double click is getting so annoying. What the hell did he just say?
We always want to ask why. It doesn't justify it, but the left, who is so willing to ask why when someone commits a heinous crime against an innocent person and is willing to fight to get them out of prison.
What? No, that's the courts. You're innocent until proven guilty. What the hell? The left isn't like. You might have some random assholes like online that think like, oh, that guy didn't do nothing wrong. He didn't do nothing. Like, free my boy. You know, like they might be like that, but like it's not like a left. What is he on? Once again, just make your opponent into this scarecrow version and fearmonger about it. That's just, you are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. That is just law and order, baby. But this guy just wants, oh, you're against me, so obviously you did it wrong, I guess. I don't know. What? You just are gonna say like you're the who? What? I'm my brain, the stupidity. He's so stupid. Oh man, go cry. Go. I feel like Sam Cedar is around here somewhere. You should probably hide under that desk.
Which they also don't believe in, that's a part of Marxism. They're not willing to ask why.
No, I believe in. I'm a law and order loving individual. I believe that innocent until proven guilty is a great way of finding the truth. Take it to court. If you can prove in a court of law with your peers seeing you as guilty or unguilty, boom, there we go. It's a peaceful way and more just way of dealing with bad actions and seeing if someone actually have broken the law. I'm as left as it gets. I'm a freaking anarchist, and I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, no, everyone's just like, why did they do this? Oh, let's let them free. No, 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 no. We need the courts and the jails right now so we can put people like your orange daddy, like your child molesting orange papa in there and all of his law breaking stooges. So, I don't want to get no I don't think anyone in the DSA is actively advocating for that policy right about now or anytime soon. I think they say what they want. The party says what they want. I think the Democrats are really far away from that. Fucking Kamala was talking about how she wanted to finish the wall or some shit. You know, I think we definitely need to keep the prisons around for the people this guy sims for because they have broken the law. And we can take them to court, and we should take them to court, and then we'll prove in a court of law that they broke the law because the amount of evidence of them breaking the law is substantial. They're just brazen about it at this point.
Someone may have risen to power with a mandate of the masses against the representatives of an ideology that has killed, again, 100 million people in the 20th century. So here's how we're going to define fascism.
What country is he fucking talking about? Was it the fear of like, oh, Soviet Russia? Oh no, I am a German man and I'm very scared of what's happened in Soviet Russia, so we must become Nazis now and kill all the Jew. Is that what we're to go? Like, what the fuck? What?
The way the left does. Every time someone does something to prevent the left from completely subverting a nation or to try and reverse course. The left wants you to believe that fascism, not Marxism, not communism, 100 million dead, is the biggest, greatest, evil threat in the world.
How many people died during the Holocaust? 300 million? 1 bajillion? Oh, that's not a D. Uh, 6 million. 6 million. Oh, it's the Marxism, the one that the the ideology that just advocates for workers' means of production, the worker owning the means of production. You know that economics, that philosopher. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the idea. That's a spooky one. Having democracy in the workplace. That's the one that leads to all the deaths. Not not the ideology that has, what was it again? Authoritarian ultranationalist, features a powerful dictator, strict social hierarchy, and a total control of security. It puts nation above individuals and uses violence to crush opposition. That kind of sounds more like I would hate to say this, but actually I don't. It kind of sounds a little bit more like the fucking USSR under certain leaderships and Mao's communist, finger quote, communist China than it does fucking communism. Stateless, classless, moneyless society. Yeah, no. Maybe the problem is like the government being a dictatorship and desiring a hierarchy. Who also sounds more aligned to that? What kind of ideology right now does that? So you're just saying it? Yeah, we are fascist, but here's why we should be fascist. Yeah, you are. Okay. What the fuck?
Are witnessing a fascist takeover of this country, and I really,
yeah, like you were over here saying, is fascism really that bad? And now you're gonna show these people being like, yo, there's a fascist takeover. The right wing is like actually really fascist. They're extremely fascistic, and that you're gonna be like, oh, they want to cry about us being fascistic while we have like masked men roaming the fucking streets, shooting our citizens, kidnapping people without any warrant, and disappearing them or murdering them. No due process, disappearing them, incarcerating them, and just sending them to the wrong fucking country. 4,000 people are missing. There's been allegations of sexual assault, not only to adults, but minors. There's also allegations, and it's in the court right now. There's allegations of like a child sex ring from ICE, you know? Ay, ay, ay. Trump is diddling kids. Trump is making himself astronomically more wealthy. He's not caring about the courts or law or any of that. He's threatening our allies. He's doing whatever he can to start wars and power grabs. He stole oil from Venezuela. No, I don't. I remember whatever country he fucking invaded. One of the southern ones. Stolen oil from them. Has a private bank account in Qatar with it. Bragged about. Oh yeah, I put someone that was a funder of ISIS. I put him as the president. I put him in charge. He's not no angel. You know, oh my gosh. It's just so like, I
hope the Republican Party wakes up to that.
All power is vested in the executive. It sure looks a lot like fascism.
Trump
Based,
is
yes.
literally a fascist. Point
Based,
to one thing,
yes.
Talk about everything Trump's doing that is fascist.
Oh, I don't think. Okay, so I don't think Trump is a fascist. He's just an opportunist. He's just he's not an ideological fascist. He's just the guy that the fascists have circled around because they're all yes men to do like their sick and twisted race war fucking Nazi LARP, but in real action. You know, like I don't think Trump is ideological. He's an ideological like racist and sexist and rapist, right? But I don't think he's like, oh yes, I must protect the white race from the evil savages crossing our border and raping our white women and poisoning the blood of the, like, he utilizes the language because like these people will just like gobble up whatever slop he throws at them, and he just wants money and power.
At this stage, we're pretty clear on the fact that Donald Trump fashions himself an authoritarian.
He does, yeah.
In a fascist
he is that.
society, when you're constantly going over in your head the reasons why you're safe. What we want is a country where none of us have to feel that way.
Because at the end of the day, we have a fascist in the White House.
It's not like fascism might come here. Fascism has already arrived.
Based, Rosie, based.
All right. That one guy who said, we want a country where everyone feels safe. I don't. What do I mean by that?
What do you mean? Yeah, I don't feel fucking safe. I was driving at work and my fucking tire was stabbed from some transphobic bigot. I've been beaten at a park because I'm trans. I constantly am called a groomer and a pedophile, and I should kill myself online all the time. I don't feel safe, and it's because of shit you say. You know what I say? I say, hey, those who break the law, go to jail. Your president broke the law. He should go to jail. Also, you should have free healthcare. You should have democracy at the workplace. Human necessities like housing, food, water, electricity, transportation, education, healthcare, all these things, they should be provided by the state. There should be not a pay gap from you receiving these things. You should pay taxes, and with those taxes, instead of bombing little kids over in fucking Iran, we should utilize all this tax money to actually benefit the citizens of this fucking nation. We can. We are the most wealthy nation on the planet. We can do these things. Smaller nations have been able to do about what I'm saying, not as far, but they do it way better. Their citizens are actually kind of happy. It's not the brown people's problem. You fear-mongering about the brown people is making it so it's not safe for the brown people. There's an increase of lynchings. Here, look at this. Where are you at? Since 2025. Reported lynchings. Since 2025. 331 in Florida. 599 in Georgia. 364 in Alabama. 636 in Mississippi. 557 in Louisiana. 342 in Texas. 429 in Arkansas, 235 in Tennessee, 122 in North Carolina. I think you get the point. Oh, let's do the trans map. How about we go to the trans map? Where does it say for trans people? Wow. These ones are do not go. It is bad if you go. The darker red you get, the worse it is. The darker blue it is, the better it is. I wonder what's rhetoric and who's pushing that rhetoric to make my life not safe and not as happy. I'm not over here. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. I'm not over here saying that we should take his rights away whatsoever. I'm over here saying we should make it so people actually have the capability of living comfortable lives without having to pay for their basic necessities. I'm over here saying we should put money into infrastructure and make better cities and make better transportation ways like fucking trains. I'm over here advocating for things that will help everyone, even people that come visit. You're over here cutting the line where you are and saying, fuck everyone else. They are degenerates, deplorables. I don't care if they die. I will advocate and support the people that will increase the deaths and unjust incarcerations and attacks on them. What is making you feel not safe, Steven Crowder, you wife-beating son of a bitch?
I don't want communists to feel safe. I don't want people who share the goal of subverting and destroying this country. They're not, just to be clear, Marxists and those in the American Communist Party or the DSA, they don't seek to destroy America because it's fascist. They've always sought to destroy America.
I don't seek to destroy America whatsoever, and I'm a fucking anarchist. I understand it. If I could set my fingers and live in an anarchist society, I would fucking do it. I would so fucking do it. But I don't think that's possible. I think we need to take steps. So right now, I advocate for socialist policies. I advocate for democratic socialist policies, having a better safety net, having more worker rights, having higher wages. I advocate for those things. What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? He's screaming out. This wife beater is fucking screaming at trees. He made a scarecrow and he's like, you're bad. I hate you. I want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel safe. Which the government recently has changed what is considered a terrorist. And me being trans alone puts me on the terrorist list. Just because if you're an ally to trans people, you can be considered a terrorist now. If you don't believe me, look it up. But we are the bad ones. This guy that says anyone that's not a cis, heterosexual, white, wealthy man needs to go fuck off and die. He's actually the victim here. Shut the fuck up. My God, he should be in jail for treating his wife the way he did. Jesus Christ. Like, your pregnant ass wife, and you had her mow the lawn. You had her... You emotionally manipulative man-child. My goodness. I could never imagine treating my significant other like that. It would fucking crush my soul to see someone else do it, but knowing that I would do it would just destroy me even more. Like, I worry that I, like, cross the line and, like, do stuff that is hurtful to her all the time. It's not justified. I'm not doing anything like that. It's just a worry that's on my head all the time, you know, because I don't want to be that way. This guy, he's okay with being that way.
Because it's not Marxist. Because it's not communist. It doesn't matter who's in power. They want to bring us to... I don't want those people to feel safe. I don't want those people to rest easy. I don't want them to create a coalition and turn this into every single...
Not only does he want those people to not rest easy, he wants his viewers to not rest easy. Also, don't forget, to buy my shitty mug. Loud Earth Crowder mug. Give me more money. The oil conglomerates gives me hundreds of thousands of dollars. APAC gave me money too. All these wealthy interests throwing the dough at me. That's the only reason this channel is still live, because I'm not getting the views. And I have such a extravagant set because daddy had a lot of money and all these companies came in and gave me a lot of money. But you should also give me money, poor white working class American, that I am fear mongering. It makes you want to, like, I want to make you not happy and fearful of your neighbors, so you don't actually unionize with them and see them as equals and like see them as people. Everyone's scary. Everyone's scary. Be scared. Be scared. You're the person standing above you. Ignore them. Fear the person standing aside you with the same issues.
Single communist nation that has ever existed. Let's go through some historical examples here. One that's very commonly pointed to. And just to be clear, this does not mean that I am supportive of or justifying everyone in the fascist response, right? Everyone involved with that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to provide you with some historical context. So case one.
It's not all fascists. Some fascists are good, but not all fascists. My God, dude, this is so stupid. This is okay. Hit us with your rewrite of history. What are you gonna spin and rewrite in history that makes it so fascism is actually okay, bro?
On Chile. The story you were likely told, if at all, 73, far-right military dictator Pinochet, you've heard this term a lot, it's become just a kind of a shorthand insult for a fascist. Pinochet ousted a democratically elected Allende after a coup. Here, we see this from The Atlantic.
The ultimate lesson of the 1973 coup that brought in General Pinochet's dictatorship was that the people would not in the end be denied their choice.
What the fuck? Why are you doing this Why are you doing this voice? I'll read it so people can actually understand what the fuck is being said. The ultimate lesson of 1973 coup that brought the General Pinochet dictatorship was that the people would not, in the end, be denied their choice. Chile once boasted a larger history of stable democratic rule than most of its neighbors and most of Western Europe. Now it is the last major country on South America continent to return to a civilian government after a wave of authoritarianism. I wonder what the rest of this says. In December, Chileans will have elected a new president after 16 years in the formidable grip of General Pinochet. That election should set U.S. Chileans relations plagued by the history of intervention and mistrust on a more constructive, cooperative course. I am so fucking dyslexic. Oh shit, dude. But it's better than what he's doing, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, straightforward right now. The reason why this dictatorship came into power is because of the CIA. The CIA literally like backed Pinochet. The CIA wanted to destabilize Chile because it was an ally to Russia. So America, loving freedom, loving democracy, looked at the democracy that was pushing left-lean, like socialist, communist-ish politicians into power. They saw that and was like, actually, let's overthrow democracy and put in a fascist dictatorship.
Foreign Affairs in there. It says, Chile once boasted a longer history of stable democratic rule than most of its neighbors in much of Western Europe. Now it is the last major country on South American continent to return to civilian government after a wave of authoritarianism. All right.
So Pinochet came in. Oh my God. Okay, here's the reality. From 1970 to 73.
I just have to pause. Sorry, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for this reality. I don't think I'm going to ever be ready, but here we go.
Do you know what created Pinochet? It was the Marxist, Salvador Allende. Far left, Unidad Popular coalition. I'll just say the Unidad Popular coalition. Socialists, communists, radicals. So what were the results, by the way? Why do you think Pinochet is still popular today? You can't poll it officially, but Pinochet was immensely popular. Also left, by the way. left of his own volition, which fascists don't tend to do. So why? Why would someone who's a military dictator, why would he come to power? Well, could it be because the socialist Marxists before him had inflation up 1,600%? Wages were down 35%? Wow. The socialist Allende responded with these price controls that, by the way, created an entire black market and enabled crime cartels. Basic goods were selling for like 142% over normal prices on the black.
That happens when you aren't allowed to trade with certain countries. That happens whenever you are put on the blacklist of trading with anyone that is under the rule of the capitalist elite in America. Like, well, oh yes, the problem. Yeah, I'll do the voice either. Oh yes, the problem that we caused. The problem that we caused because we cannot have these these peasant loving individuals. Yes, the problem that we caused is actually their fault. They elected people to try to give themselves these peasants rights, so we took away all of their economic benefits and their trade route with their neighbors. And now they're really poor. Also, if you look at the like at this time, like all of South America was doing really fucking shitty. Like South America is not really known of South America is not really known for its right Chile, South America, yeah. Chile, South America is not really known for its economic boon, you know. Even nowadays, like a lot of South America and Mexico are pretty poor off, and that's because we went down there, overthrew their democracies, and stole all their resources, and then caused the cartel to exist because of the drug war. You know, destabilizing a country and then blaming it on that country and the people that are electing people that advocate policies that objectively would benefit them. Wow.
Market. So what happened was Pinochet, with overwhelming support, could have been anybody, let's be clear, went in and cleaned things up. Now, could you say that he went a little too far? Well, sure. Sure, he had a few communists who went for helicopter rides and we never saw them again. But if you weren't a communist, you weren't at great risk.
So it's a time. So you're advocating for thought crime. So just because you believe a certain thing, it's justified to murder that person. Whatever happened to, oh, the left wants to do thought crime. The left is making it illegal for me to be racist. No, no one on, there's never been a significant movement on the left to say, like, you should go to jail for your thoughts, but you should absolutely face social consequence for your behavior. But these fuckers can't handle social consequences, so they cry, oh, cancellation, oh, no. While he's advocating for literally killing, oh, yeah. Did some communists go for a helicopter ride and just, like, never show up again? Yeah, but, like, they're commies. They don't have rights.
Not whitewashing everything he did, as the left does with communists. But it was a response. So
you are absolutely whitewashing. Pinochet, like, sold all of the land and all the rights and all the businesses for cheap to his buddies and himself. There was like a small jump in economy, and then it immediately started crashing down again. Like he fucking enriched himself and his friends and then dipped out. What the fuck are you on about?
What did you see from 77 to 81? Average GDP growth was about 8%. Inflation fell to single digits from quadruple digits. Poverty went from 50% as a rate to 10%. Unemployment went from 15% down to 6%. And this cannot be stated enough.
I really wish I can. I hope I can find it. I really hope I can find a graph. History. Let's go as far back as we're looking. Nope, from the 80s. What the hell? Why am I on Reddit? Why did you do this to me? I am looking. I'm looking for a graph that shows '60s to now. Maybe Chile. I can't find a graph right now, but like if you look at the graphs, it really isn't like it went up like if you look at my little mouse, it went like eh, eh. it he's acting like this is such a big deal, but it really wasn't. Their baseline, they were like under the red. They were like fucked, absolutely fucked. And it wasn't because of the policies of the people in charge. It was because of the policies of adversaries that was making it harder for them to trade with even their freaking neighbors.
Overwhelming support. Pinochet. From the people for his reforms. It became known as the Great Chilean Experiment. By the way, even after he left power, they kept Pinochet's constitution. Did you know that? Well, I will say, as a byproduct, the natives of Chile did develop a persistent fear of helicopters that we're still working on.
Oh yeah, just racism. Yeah, just racism. Let's use the rate. Yeah. Oh my God, these people are so fucking disgusting.
I just want you to know, like, those numbers that you gave were long-term numbers. It wasn't just like he did great for a short period of time and then it reverted back. These reforms seem to have held and had long-term great benefit.
No, they did not. They did not. I wish I could find the graph. Come on, come on, come on. This is from the 90s. God, no. I really wish I could find a graph, but they really did not. They really, like I said, he made it so he was backed by the CIA, and because he was under the American corporate interests, he bought and sold everything at a lower cost than it should have been for the interest of the people that helped him get into power. He fucked over the citizens. They did not have this vast economic boom like they're saying. It went up a little bit because of all this new money coming in, but then it stagnated and then went down. And then he left.
For the country.
Yep. And by the way, they don't always hold.
No.
But it is important to note that typically when you think fascist, you don't think someone who comes in with a mandate of the masses and improves the lives for everyone.
Or leaves office.
It was not the mandate of the masses. What are you fucking talking about? Like, you would, if you criticized him, you would be disappeared. If you criticized him or the government, you would have been disappeared. If you had the wrong ideology, if you were just like in the way of someone that was trying to gain political grounds, they could lie about you and get you just disappeared. Like this was not a good time. It was not a mandate of the masses.
Right. That's a weird one.
Right.
You should get rid of elections.
Right. Yeah. And I get it. Some people want helicopter rides you shouldn't have. Okay. You think nobody else was being targeted under the socialist Marxist government?
Oh. Whenever the communists do it, it's super bad. Whenever the countries that call themselves communists do it, it's super, super bad. But whenever the fascists do it, okay, okay. That's literally, that's what he's done so far in this video. Fear-mongered about how many people died under a communist regime, and then now is downplaying the amount of people that were murdered and disappeared and slaughtered under a fascist regime. Like I said, they're not. I don't like China, like the Mao's China. I don't like the USSR under Stalin. Those are the furthest thing. Those are authoritarian state capitalism. That's not communism. The workers did not have the means of production. They did not own the means of production. And it was an authoritarian hierarchical state. Like, what the fuck are you even on about? Like, it's really easy if you don't know anything about the things you're talking about to just say like, oh yeah, bad because I say bad, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Have you looked anywhere in South America and see there's always a coup. There's always a coup going on, right?
Yeah, because we fund them. We overthrow their democracies left and right for our own capitalist interests. Yeah, we do that. The CIA does that. Oh, you see, there's a coup going on. Don't ask why, or don't look into the details of the coup.
Now, so I guarantee you, there's a coup. If it's not going on out in the
Technically speaking, all the people that died under Pinochet was because of capitalism, because it was capitalist interests that put him in power in the first place. So all the people that he's like, oh yeah, downplay their deaths and disappearances, that was because of capitalism. Capitalism funded him and supported him and armed him to get into position of power for their own interests, and then he killed people.
Look, it's being planned. Someone's planning a coup. There's a coup meeting. Let's look at another case study. Brazil. Story you've probably been told. 1964 military coup overthrew democratically elected president João Goulart. The reality? Well, look, this president, the policies destroyed, as we saw before. You know, if it didn't take part in killing 100 million people as the rest of communism, well, inflation at about 100% was pretty bad. GDP non-existent, literally less than 1%. Pretty bad.
Why do these people think, okay, our society's really fucked up in the head, where they think line means literally everything. If line is not going up, if line is not high, nothing matters. Line, everything's secondary. Line must go up. Line must be high. Everything else doesn't matter. Like, I don't know why people have just accepted this. I don't know why. Yeah, it wasn't good. Once again, because of the capitalist interests of America. Oh my god. Okay, I think I'm done with this. I think if he's just gonna redo the, if I'm just gonna have to repeat myself because he repeats the same idiotic bullshit fairy tale lie, like, oh yeah, we had nothing to do with this, and it was actually the people's rising up against the Marxists that actually made everything really bad. Actually, like, oh god.
So what did he propose? Nationalizing foreign oil refineries, by the way, seizing agricultural land, granting voter rights to the illiterate because he knew he would never win an election again. He doubled down on all the policies that were making everybody's lives miserable. And so
what? Did he just say giving voter rights to people was bad? Did he just say like granting voter rights to people, just be illiterate people, was bad?
Propose nationalizing foreign oil refineries, by the way, seizing agricultural land, granting voter rights to the illiterate because he knew he would never win an election again. He doubled down on all the
dude, he's just anti-America. He just hates he hates the Constitution. I think the Constitution could have some like tweaks in it, you know, but it's a pretty decent document, especially for its time. But like, damn, this guy just 100% is antithetical to everything this country is supposedly founded upon. It's fucking wild. Let me hear that one more time.
Million people as the rest of communism. Well, inflation at about 100% was pretty bad. GDP non-existent, literally less than 1%. Pretty bad. So what did he propose? Nationalizing foreign oil refineries, by the way, seizing agricultural land.
Nationalizing, okay, I didn't even catch that one. Nationalizing foreign oil. Yeah, these foreign companies were in there taking the resources. Once again, the capitalist elite was taking resources from the people. So he was like, no, we're going to take control of our own resources, get out of here, and the money this generates is going to go towards the people. Oh my goodness. That'd be like, oh, it was so bad. President made up nobody removed Chinese companies from our land that was taking our oil, and having our oil being refined and enriching China companies. Like, no, any other if the context was like America and a foreign nation taking oil and refining oil and taking that oil and selling it back to the people to make a profit off the people, like in any other in that context, people understand. But like these fucking Neanderthals that watch this show still, and I think it's probably botted. Maybe he's so like irrelevant. I hope to God like 127 people aren't like. Yeah, in the world, 127 people. Yeah, definitely. 127,000 people, I should say. Would definitely watch this, I guess. But like, damn, dude, this is so lowbrow. This is so fucking lowbrow.
Granting voter rights to the illiterate because he knew he would never win an election again. He doubled down.
Oh no, just not the fact that he's like good. Like there shouldn't be any gateway for democracy. It's just like you are a person here. You should have a say. It's because he wouldn't get elected again. Yeah, no. It's not like oh, he's fucking anti-democracy. Like, it's what the fuck?
All the policies that were making everybody's lives miserable. And so what happened was the military coup came to.
Yes, foreign companies taking their natural resources, and then illiterate people voting. That was making people's lives miserable. Yes, it was those two things. Like, they were actually making people super happy. Yeah.
Quote, complete the mission of restoring economic and financial order to Brazil. 64 to 74, the economic, you look at inflation, it was cut by 82%. You look at the GDP annual average rate, less than 1%, it went to 11, 13%.
Wow.
Industry growth was up 30%. And again, the coup was supported by the people. So it's very different for people.
Under a socialist system, it's okay. So if you go to a state-owned grocery store, that grocery store isn't trying to make a profit. That grocery store isn't trying to, the GDP will not go up. The GDP won't be high because the purpose isn't to make a bunch of money. Under a communist or a socialist system, you're not trying to hoard all this wealth and gain all this wealth. You're providing what is necessary to the people in the most costly, efficient manner, like a cost-efficient and a feasible manner as possible. Of course, these communist countries aren't going to have like the fucking high, like, or socialist countries aren't going to have huge GDPs because they're not trying to suck up wealth from the people. Like, you're measuring it under, you're measuring a completely and utterly different system that works antithetically to the way that a capitalist system works, and you're measuring it on the capitalist system's success. Of course it's going to fail.
When people hear coup, they go, military dictator, military leader.
Right.
When you live in a country that's been disarmed and a country that has been subject to actual corruption in a way that we don't know, this happens all across South America, there's nothing they can do, and so there can be a military to completely oppress and subjugate the people, or the military is used to liberate the people, or used.
I feel pretty oppressed. I know what they feel. under this current administration and this rise of fascism?
With the support of the people. Either way, the military is being used because the people can't do a thing. That's what happened in Brazil. The people actually had a huge, it was called the March of the Family with God for Freedom. And that actually took place before the coup happened.
Yeah, because a bunch of missionaries went down there and converted them to, everyone was like very socialist. Everyone was understanding of Marxism. And then missionaries funded by the CIA went down there and started converting people to Christianity, not only Christianity, but a capitalist framework of Christianity. Instead of the slavers' Bible that the South used to justify slavery to their slaves and themselves, they used this shitty version of Christianity that made it seem like capitalism was the most godly way to go about it. Like, literally, you can look it up. There's so much documentation. The CIA admits to it. There is a small group of Christian missionaries, not a small group, but like a single handful of a handful of groups of Christian missionaries, like organizations that went down there to push this propaganda to ease the people into being okay with CIA-backed military leaders overthrowing their fucking government for our capitalist interests. All the people there that died, once again, because of capitalism.
And it celebrated the coup afterwards. Case number 3. Go ahead, bring it up. That's fine. Here's a story you probably heard. Far-right Francisco Franco ushered in years of dictatorship after basically taking out the democratically elected government. This comes from The Guardian. Half a century on the deeds and legacy of the man whose military coup against the Republican government ushered in.
Okay, I can't anymore. He's just going to rewrite history. He's just going to keep on rewriting history, and I'm just going to have to... Like, I haven't looked into this stuff in... I'm dying here. I haven't looked into this stuff for, like, literally decades. I haven't looked into that stuff in, like, literally decades. This is some stuff that I was learning in, not decades, but a decade. Like, this is stuff that I was looking up in high school. This is stuff that I was educating myself on during high school. Like, I would ask myself a question, and then I would go down a rabbit hole of, like, learning the history and the political interactions of these groups, because I'm curious and I actually want to know the fucking truth, and I like to know the facts of the matter, right? So, oh my goodness. Wait, let me see if I can find this. The reason I even covered this at all is because of this right here. Did I save it? My goodness. The fact that this guy in the right had the talking point of, oh, actually, socialism, fascism is a left-leaning ideology. The Nazis called themselves socialists. Oh, you're actually the Nazi. The fact that they utilize that argument and now they are saying, oh, actually, is fascism really that bad? I'm not sure if fascism is that bad. If it's killing commies, it can't be that bad, right? I just want to remind people. Yes, here it is. I just want to remind people of this. It's going to be a small thing. Sorry. It's not very noticeable, but this is how he treats his wife. The person that's holding, like, carrying their baby in her. This is how he treats her.
You just made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back when you're back. That doesn't work either. Do
you
understand the difference between my life being set to the second and you going, I'll be back when I'm back?
Stephen.
You're making it work. You do that. The only way out of this is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are at an impasse.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Yeah.
There you go. You throw your hand, you give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
Hillary,
Stephen?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at an impasse, okay? I love you, but Stephen, your abuse is sick. Your abuse
Watch it.
is sick.
Watch it. Fucking watch it.
I'm gonna let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just stop engaging for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to do A, B, C, and D, you just be disciplined about it. You go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. That's not fair, and it's disingenuous. Hillary, you're right. We're at an impasse. Become someone that's you, day in and day out, worthy of a wife. No, not as a wife. I didn't say as a wife. Hillary, come on now.
I'm not gonna engage. I'm not gonna engage anymore. I'm gonna go. I'll text me what you need. I'll get you what you need. I love you. I'm committed to you.
Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm not trying to.
Are you committed enough to do those things? You're not committed to anything. You're not committed to anything. You just said I love you. I'm committed to you. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Walk the dogs. Put on some gloves. Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things? Are you committed enough to do those things?
I'm gonna just
walk the dog.
He just blew his cigar smoke at his wife. His pregnant wife, she wants to go and get the groceries and the things that he asked. And now he's demanding her to walk the dogs while he's sitting on his fucking lazy child man ass. So not only sitting there smoking a cigar, that's how he treats the person he's supposed to be taking care of. You know, this like, oh, conservative family values. It's such bullshit. It's just fucking bullshit. All these people are abusive, predatory, sick fucks. Like absolutely sick fucks. Oh, if you're committed to me, you go walk the dogs. Do what I say. Go walk the dogs. You need to be I'll discipline you. I'll show you who's actually in charge. I'm a big boy. I'm a big tough boy. I'm so big and tough. I don't care if you're pregnant. I don't care about that. I'm sitting here smoking my cigar. Go walk the dogs and go get my groceries. You're the wife in the house, so you gotta take care of me like my mama did. Fucking piece of shit. Fucking loser. Sick and tired of this crap. That's how he treats his wife. Well, ex-wife now, but I'm glad she left. My goodness. I just can't imagine, like, if my girlfriend is ever pregnant in the future, which I really doubt ever will happen, but if it does happen, I'm treating her like a goddamn queen. She ain't gonna lift a finger. I'm gonna be doing everything. If she's working, go to work. You're like literally utilizing your resources to create another person. You're like actually fucking creating a whole ass other person right now. You have extra weight on you. You have extra hormones going through your body. There's a lot going on with your body right now to create this other person. And I understand that. So I'm going to be respectful and pick up the load, because you are picking up the load right now by creating another person. Like your load is already full by creating another person. I'm going to do as much as I can. So fuck, dude can't even get off his ass and stop smoking a cigar to walk the dogs. It is demanding his pregnant ass wife to do it. That's what we've seen. That is the shit that we see. That is the one video that we got to see. How many other cases did they get in arguments and spats and he treated her like that? How many other situations was that a thing? My goodness.
Tonight, News Channel.
Whoop. Next topic. Let me shake that off real quick. All that ook and guck. Next topic. Did you know fascists actually created Fight Club? You know the movie Fight Club where the fascists fight and like turn into like a terrorist organization? Wow. They're doing it in real life. They're fighting right now. And they're desiring to be a terrorist organization. They have wet dreams of hurting minorities.
5 investigates a fascist fight club with tentacles that reach right here in Middle Tennessee.
And extremism experts are now warning these groups are using martial arts to try to recruit new followers.
Young ones, right? As News Channel 5's chief investigative reporter Phil Williams discovered, teen boys have now become their latest targets.
Here at a jiu-jitsu gym in an industrial park near Nashville's Armory Drive, a gym that advertises its family-friendly atmosphere, News Channel 5 Investigates had kept watch on the comings and goings of one of the more visible figures in a far-right movement that's raising concerns among those who monitor extremist activity.
I'm sorry. Does this look like a happy fella? Does this look like a person you want to... Does it look like a person you want to inspire yourself to be? He's about to go do a social interaction. Like, I took Taekwondo when I was younger. As a child, I took Taekwondo. I saw Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to learn how to do the Kamehameha. And then I quickly realized that's not a thing. But I had a fun time, and I made friends along the way, and I learned discipline and other things through it. Nice things, right? It was a fun interaction. It was a nice social get-together. Even the parents got to sit and watch their kids do Taekwondo and learn stuff and make friends and go, like, have birthday parties together and, like, New Year Eve's parties together. It was a social gathering all around the art of self-defense. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. I was skipping. I know I was a child. I wasn't grown. All right. I was skipping my way into that place. I was happy to go there. Look at this motherfucker. He is about to do the same thing like I was doing. And he looks so fucking miserable. He looks so goddamn miserable. This is not a happy individual. No fascist is. They want to sell you misery, and then they'll hook you on with that misery. And their solutions, what they call solutions, isn't actually a solution, and you'll just constantly be miserable because as soon as you're not miserable, they don't have a grasp on you anymore. So this miserable ass hat is finding miserable ass hats and putting false narratives in their mind to make them even more miserable and saying, oh yes, subjugating the non-Aryan people is and the non-Christians, the degenerates, the heathens, and the non-whites, subjugate the women, subjugating those people is actually what's going to bring you joy, man. It's going to bring you joy. Misery of others will bring you joy. What does that sound like to you?
My
name is Sporty. From Tennessee.
Sporty, as he calls himself in this online video, is Tristan Redke, a licensed EMT working for a Nashville area ambulance service. Redke made headlines 7 years ago.
Wait. Okay. Besides what's on the mask, what? How are you supposed to be an EMT and not, like, I would fire this man immediately. How can I trust this person as an EMT to do their job correctly when they're dealing with people that they think of as lesser? What the fuck? And of course, oh, I'm not racist. I don't think lesser of these people. I just think they need to have their own space, and we need to have our own space. As he goes to a BLM rally wearing a gorilla mask.
A student at East Tennessee State when he showed up at a Black Lives Matter protest wearing a gorilla suit. Now he's become a player in the so-called active club scene, a sort of fascist fight club.
We're ultra-nationalist, far-right, fascist, you know. I mean, I'll lean a little bit into these terms, you know.
That movement is headed by this man, Robert Rendo, a white nationalist who was featured in a recent 60-minute segment, has tried to recast the movement as being about young white men getting fit.
I'm thinking about creating a right-wing podcast that names the Jew.
But behind that image is this image of Rendo violently assaulting a Trump protester at a California rally in 2017. Rendo spent 24 months in federal prison, according to the DOJ, for planning and engaging in riots at political rallies across California.
For someone that subscribes to an ideology full of people that want to claim like the groups of people they think lesser of are like savages or like animals or like cries about marauding, savage, violent Muslims in Europe or people coming from the south border. Seems like you are what you claim others are, bro. And we're going to see that again later on in another segment, but damn. It's always fucking projection with these losers.
The Active Club founder has called organized fights like these a, quote, tip-off point for a fascist cultural revolution. He added, every victorious nationalist movement was forged by hardened men who already tasted real danger.
This is not just a national sports club or nationalist sports club. In its essence, it's the strategy to build a neo-Nazi militia.
Alexander Risman, a senior advisor with a counter-extremism project, has been studying the Active Club movement for years. He says that in their propaganda, Rendo and his followers liken themselves to Italy's fascist militia known as the Black Shirts, or to Adolf Hitler's stormtroopers. So if this is a militia hiding in plain sight, what is the battle they're preparing for?
They say we are preparing for the time when a white supremacist leader is worth and in need.
They're getting ready for race war. These fucking losers, including people that I have blood relation with, constantly cry about like, oh, the black people and the Muslims and the Mexicans, they're going to do a race war. They're trying to erase us. They're trying to remove us from society. They're trying to kick us out. Oh, no. While they actively do it through the state. And then also, like, they're the one that's always been the ones who started the fucking race war. Like, it's fucking criminal how much white people get away with. It's fucking psychotic how much people turn an eye just because of the lack of pigment on a person when they do some heinous ass shit. You see there's a like a situation where a woman gets beat, right? A woman gets beat. A white guy does it, meh. A non-white person does it, headline news, everyone's talking about it. It's like, oh my God, it's so crazy. Oh no. Like, statistically speaking, per capita, white people commit more crime. Per capita, red states are more drugged, violent, and murdered. Now you have more murders. What I mean? Like, my goodness. My. I'm over here wanting to make America actually great again, and they're over here crying about brown people. It's fucking sad. It's fucking pathetic. Like, what policy are they actually going to do to help the working individual pay for their health bills, you know? You don't got any because all you got is crybaby feelings because Tyrone fucked your crush in high school or some shit. And that's another thing. Like these people cry about like, oh, they're here to poison the blood of our nation, and they're after a white woman. But then they watch the racial cuckold porn. They watch that shit. If you look at the demographic, like the areas that most watch that kind of stuff, it ain't the North, and it ain't mostly Democratic cities. I can tell you that.
Of protection.
Here in one of their hype videos, Redkey is shown entering a fight in Texas, escorted by Sean Kaufman, head of the Tennessee Active Club. Kaufman has been described by the Stop Anti-Semitism watchdog group as a disturbed neo-Nazi and Holocaust denier with a documented history of violence and a massive cache of firearms. Kaufman is now sitting in jail awaiting trial on a domestic violence charge. His bond revoked after shooting a bird at News Channel 5's camera in
Family values. Once again, it just overlaps. It's, oh my goodness. The left is trying to kill the traditional nuclear family. I want family values. I want this. I want a white woman and a white man making white babies under the name of God. Starts beating the fuck out of the wife because they didn't get their beer fast enough or something. I got a dry spot. I'm talking too much. I feel like I'm always dying. Oh my god. Yeah, it's so fucking, oh my god, dude. They don't actually believe in anything. They will portray themselves as like these like all holier than thou, really family oriented individuals, really moral family oriented individuals. And then you look at in their closet and it's like the most heinous shit you could possibly fucking imagine. I have never laid a hand on any of my partners. I have, on a handful of occasions, raised my voice during an argument to one of my exes. I have never laid my hand on, belittled, tried to make them feel like they're worthless, try to emotionally manipulate them. I have never actively tried to do that shit because I see them as another human being and I have empathy. These people lack that shit. They think empathy is bad. They have sacrificed everything that makes humanity good in the name of this false sense of masculinity and superiority to others. It is so goddamn fucking pathetic. And only the biggest goddamn loser on this shithole of a planet could possibly fall into this kind of trap. You have to be a one miserable fuck to be like, yeah, I'm actually going to be like an extremely violent person that hates everyone that's not like me or thinks like me. Like, dude.
in court. And here Redkey can be seen competing earlier this year in what was called a Spring Brawl, an event that critics say is designed to prepare men for battle on the streets of America.
Race war.
Disguised the faces of those who did not want to be identified, shows someone holding up a flag for a violent neo-Nazi group known as the Hammerskins.
They aren't just exhibitions. They are...
This is how they interact with people to make themselves seem like civilized, normal, well-adjusted individuals. In front of a camera, this is how this fucker will act. But when he thinks no one's looking or no one's recording, that's when the mask falls off. It's like the image of the Nazi shaking the hands of the Weimar Republic, and the Nazi has a fucking knife behind his back. You know, oh, I'm a civilized individual that wants to utilize state power and violence from the state to, like, oh man, there's nothing civil about these fuckwads. Pathetic losers.
They are physically training, as we do in the military, to be able to not just physically, but mentally and emotionally cause physical harm to another human being.
Christopher Goldsmith heads a nonprofit known as Task Force Butler that trains veterans to infiltrate groups that they fear might pose a threat to American democracy.
It is far, far, far easier for a white supremacist to go and to, you know, punch someone in the face, to hit someone with a baseball bat, if they've spent a few months punching their friend in the face for practice.
And the active clubs have begun in recent years working with another white nationalist group. Patriot Front wants to turn America into an ethno-state for white people only. Here, Redke poses with Patriot Front leader Thomas Rousseau. And these are scenes from a training facility that the group runs in East Tennessee near Tellico Plains. It's operated by Patriot Front recruiter Ian Michael Elliott. Photos posted by the group show Redke was there for the facility's grand opening. So after unsuccessfully trying to reach him by phone and email...
Hey, Tristan. Phil Williams with News Channel 5. Did you get my message?
Not interested.
We caught up with him outside the gym where we had previously spotted him, hoping to get some idea of his personal motivations.
What are you guys fighting for?
Sorry, man, I'm not answering any questions.
Robert Rendo says this is part of a fascist cultural revolution. Are you a fascist? Do you hate democracy?
Sorry, man, not answering any questions.
But it's that focus on combat sports.
I really believe in what I really believe in what I advocate for, to the point where, nah, man, I'm not going to talk about it. If a news reporter came up to me and was like, do you actually want to, do you actually want to give the government the power, to take away the means of protection and give it to the working class by giving them democracy at the workplace? I'd be like, yeah, of course, why not? If I was ever questioned on the street about like my ideology, no matter who it is, I'm just like, yeah, I'll answer your questions. I'll talk to you. What a coward. What a goddamn coward.
And physical fitness that experts say makes gyms like this one prime targets for recruiting activities. In fact, photos posted online show that Patriot Front recruiter Ian Michael Elliott has worked out in this very facility. The concern is such activities could disguise much more sinister motives. After a recent stabbing incident in Belfast involving a Sudanese refugee, mobs of masked white men took to the streets, attacking innocent immigrants, burning immigrant businesses, and torching some of their homes. Online, Robert Rundo's group celebrated the riots, with one post declaring, "White boy summer is starting off hot this year."
Do you know? Man, every time I talk too much, I get like a dry spot. And I'm really sorry for the coughing the mic. If I can catch it, I try to mute myself, but I could not. This is what I mean. Do you understand what I mean now by like, these people are the savages? These people are the violent, antisocial, pretty much animals at this point. But they want to say like, because of people's pigment of skin or their ethnicity, that they like, just because on those alone, that makes them like the savage. Do you understand what I mean? People that had nothing to do with this stabbing were attacked. White people, their vehicles were burnt. Property was destroyed. These people are not in any way, shape, or form going to solve anything. Is there a reason to be upset? Yes. Are they upset on the correct issues? No, they do not understand why they should be upset. Do they actively bolster the causes of why they are upset? Yes. They are a dumb tool. They are a dumb tool. Yes. Okay. So they are a unknowing, in most cases, unknowing idiot that only benefit the hierarchical system that we already exist in by giving the people at the top even more fucking power.
Another recited the white nationalist slogan, "By God, we'll have our home again." Another, "Tomorrow belongs to us." His group even published a post about the...
With your ideology, there is no tomorrow, bro. There is no tomorrow. Let's say like, okay, so the white supremacist fascists win. They win. They get what they want. They kick all of the white people out, the non-white people out. They get they subjugate women. It's a theocracy. Every like far right ideologues like desire. Like they get what they want. What happens then? First off, there's not enough workers, so the economy is going to not do so well. Secondly, all of the trained and intelligent individuals that they kicked out cannot benefit society by providing their labor and knowledge. So industries like technology, biology, science in general, like these things not do so well. They go against science. They go against education as a whole. These people, they would end up living in the fucking mud huts as like a primitive, violent, savage group that is constantly fighting over the sparse resources that there are because they completely collapsed and destroyed what society and are living within the remnants of it. There is no honor in doing any of this. What like, not to mention, once it's the skin tone or ethnicity that's gone, let's say like they snap their finger, like one of these fuckers found a genie, they snapped their fingers and all those people disappeared. The lines would be on like hair color or eye color at that point. It just will never end. This kind of ideology has to have a hierarchy. And if the people at the bottom disappear, they will find more people to put at the bottom forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. There's no solution to this. Like, there's no positive outcome to any of this.
OPSEC, Operational Security.
And I'm not even like, this isn't just like this group. This is the GOP as a whole right now, because they don't condemn this. They actively mimic this kind of rhetoric and this kind of behavior through the state. They hire these people to be ICE agents and government officials. They hire them to be their staff workers. It's not good. It's not good.
that helped the Northern Ireland mob to avoid arrest. The how-to post carried a disclaimer for educational purposes only. And what worries observers even more is that the active clubs are now making a deliberate effort to target teens. The young man in this fight, now an adult, is someone we met 3 years ago at a candidates forum in Franklin, Tennessee. He later sent me this photo showing off his swastika tattoo to taunt me. What is the danger in allowing these people to work out in your gym?
Recruitment. The main aspect would definitely be recruitment.
And that's why experts say this movement should be viewed as more than just white guys who want to have fun. And to be clear, there is no evidence that Tristan Redke himself has done anything illegal. Still, this movement draws plenty of people with questionable histories, including criminal histories. And it turns out that the Nashville gym you saw in that video just recently changed ownership. Tonight, the new owner tells me that Tristan Redke is now banned from his facility. That new owner told me, quote, "We're inclusive and we've got every color under the rainbow, and every one of them is my brother. There's one tribe and there's one tribe under God." He added, "Things like that don't fly anymore."
Phil, as a mom to a teenager and a tween, I think we have to underscore here that these groups are targeting teenagers, kids who are just looking to belong somewhere, and mostly white teens.
That's right. It's become an increasing focus. They typically operate under names like Active Club Youth or Active Youth Clubs, which again sounds like something parents these days might support, getting kids off the sofa and active. But the agenda is they want to get into the heads of these boys and teach them to hate.
They're so impressionable.
Absolutely.
Right.
Wow, it's kind of like they're describing grooming, or at least the way that the Republicans like to use it. Who would have thunk? More projection from the right? They want to get teenage boys and young people and like groom them to believe what they want. They want to groom them into being a fascist. Wow. Guess what I've never done? And God, maybe you could find one person on the planet, maybe two people on the planet that's ever like went to someone and been like, "You're trans. Don't you know you're trans? You have to be trans. You should transition. It'll make you feel better. You're trans. You're trans." That's not something that people do. There's no ideology or movement in the trans community that's like, yeah, we want to actually forcefully trans kids. It's if a kid comes out and it's like, I don't like he, him. I like they, them, or like I like she, her. It's like, oh, cool. I don't care. I'll just say whatever you want, man. Whatever. Whatever you want, ma'am. All right. I don't care. If a kid comes to me and is like, hey, I'm trans, I'm like, that's cool. You want a cookie? In all serious, like, I can't imagine the kind of delusion these people live in. It's really hard for me to put myself in their shoes, like, because you really have to like, maybe it's like a disassociation or like a cognitive dissonance, like you're living in a fog land of where like deep down you probably know you're full of shit, but you truly believe it at the same time, and you refuse to listen or like educate yourself to show like how wrong you actually are. I just can't. But this guy's a Chad. This guy right here, this guy's a freaking Chad. Look at this. Looks like the neo-Nazi coward is triggered by my latest reporting. This was posted on like a white supremacist forum, apparently, and it shows the reporter. It appears Nazi hunter Phil Williams is working overtime tonight in order to paint United Youth as some kind of grooming operation. Yeah, no, it just is. Like it is. If you're targeting youth people to like change them into fucking fascists, yeah, you're grooming them into fascists. You're the one who decided to make the word mean, like mold them into what you want them to be, like mold them into your ideology or your person instead of just like treating them a certain like instead of like being their friend and normalizing certain behaviors up until you sexually abuse them. That's what grooming originally was, you know? But you're the fuckers that all decided like, hey, we're gonna like not care about the definitions unless it's about woman and or man. Like those are the only definitions that actually fucking matter. And we're gonna make our own new word, and it's called grooming because it implies that you're trying to be a sexual abuser. But yeah, it appears that Nazi hunter Phil Williams is working overtime tonight in order to paint United Youth as some kind of grooming operation. These disgusting, senile traitors who push this smear campaign are agents of a system that protected and enabled elite pedophile networks, Epstein's circle being only the most obvious example. I would agree, like, yeah, Epstein's circle is pretty bad. But if if these people fucking voted in support for Trump, which I think the Nazis have kind of dropped Trump, but not really. But yes, like if Patriot Front is pretty MAGA coded too, you know, like I've heard a couple Nazis speaking to them on Discord, like, oh yeah, fuck Trump, he is a pedophile, but like we just need to get a different guy with the same exact beliefs. I like him as a person, but he's a pedophile. Or like, oh, or they hate him because of Israel. That's like the real, like they really hate him because of Israel's support of Israel. But yeah, I don't think this guy had anything to do with covering that up. I'm pretty sure the GOP alone is the ones holding the gauntlet of keeping trials at bay and like like protecting fucking pedophiles. United Youth is run by a nationalistic youth who support the 3.0 movement. We are not subordinate to anyone else. We are an organic organization. This should make the system really quake in their boots. What a fucking LARPing loser. They should make the system really quake in their boots. Be afraid of us as we beat the shit out of each other, giving each other brain damage. How are you gonna like make a military plans when you fucking knocked the one and only brain cell you had out of your fucking head by punching getting punched in the face by your butt buddy Nazi boyfriend? Like what the fuck? For the journalist scum reading this, you have lost the plot. The youth are done with the lies, and we won't want the entire current system abolished. It's that simple. No, they don't. Bro, no, you don't. You don't want to abolish the system. You just want the system to only work for white people and only be run by white people and only help white people and only interact with white people and only have white people around. Like, what the fuck? You want to take the system as it was before Trump and like make it to where it is with Trump. Like, what the fuck do you mean? The fuck? Coward. Child. It's hilarious. Ooh. Fear me, for I am the white nationalist. As the only group of people that is more cringe. Every time I see a post like that from a Nazi, like this is what I see, like right here. Like this right here. this is what I see in my head. This is it. This is you, bro. This is you. This is you. Continuing with white boy violence. Let's the anti-intellectual white boy violence. Oh, I did just exit out of that tab that I needed. No. Big Sag. We'll find it again. But continuing with the white boy violence. As soon as I find it. Oh. Here it is. I found it. Not that hard to find. All right. Last chud on the list. The Roach King is dead. Hear ye, the Roach King is dead. It's going to be super small, but as you can see, there's the Roach. I hope it's not too loud, but let's see. He's not dead. He has been banned from Twitch. As you see, Asmongold has been banned from Twitch. The ban comes shortly after comments he made about the situation in Kuta? I can't read that shit. I'm too far away from it. I need glasses or something. Twitch hasn't given an official reason yet. The clip blew up. The clip below is what allegedly got him banned. Judge for yourselves if it's ban worthy. Let's see.
Always, this is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids.
Why is it so quiet?
Always, this is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids. If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids.
As you can tell, let me try to find a more like louder like why is Discord, I mean not Discord, but Twitter so fucking quiet today? Usually it's like screeching.
Well, you can't shoot these. Always, this.
I'm gonna use it as it is. Is there a way to?
This is emotional black.
Is there a way to up the volume somehow, or? Let me see. But as you can tell, like he's immediately in the clip is like talking about shooting kids. Oh man, do I have to watch someone else watch it to get the? Is he gonna? No, he's gonna talk through it. All right. I'll say what he's saying. It's hopefully you guys can hear it.
Blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids. Always, this is emotional blackmail, right? Well, you can't shoot these people. They have kids with them. Well, then don't bring your kids. If you don't want to get shot, then don't bring your fucking kids. It's really simple. You mean you'd shoot adults and deport the kids, right? Well, I'd shoot whoever. Yeah, I'd shoot whoever. I mean, if it's kids, women, men, anybody, just shoot them. They're going to stop coming over. Because if you don't do that, they'll use children and women as shields to get themselves over. And then they'll put more women and children at risk because they know that they can use them as collateral so they can get more of themselves over. That's the way it works. That's the way.
Is that the way it works, Aspen? Is that the way it works? Yeah, I don't know. Advocating. What if they're like fleeing from? What if they're fleeing from a war, or what if they're fleeing from the cartel trying to kill them, or what if they just want the American dream? Which my family came over on the boat and was just like, "Yeah, here you go, have fun in the coal mines." You know, like, like the criteria of becoming a citizen is so astronomically higher than like most other countries as it is. They have to be here and go to the court to become a citizen. They have to be here to try to become a citizen. But we should shoot them before they can even go through the legal process of possibly becoming a citizen. Oh, okay.
It's just the way it is. They're savages. Absolute fucking savages. Hamas tactics.
White boy claiming other people are savages, as he's saying we should kill, we should murder, we should have our government murder women and children. They are the savages for coming over here wanting a better life. Us slaughtering them, that's just law and order, baby. That's just justice. That's just the right thing to do. See how fucked up these people are? You see, like, all my ops are like ontologically evil, and I've never felt more sound in my positions than since this new Trump administration started.
Of course you don't want to do that. Doesn't mean you want to do it. But you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man.
I don't know. It seems like you just said you don't care if it happens. So it seems like you got to do what you got to do. What? You just murder women and children? Yeah, that's it. You just got to do it. Yeah, these women and children coming over here, they're a real threat to the nation. Why are they a threat? What is the harm of these women and children coming in? Not only legal immigration is beneficial to our economy, but illegal immigration is also beneficial to our economy because they pay taxes every time they buy stuff. They get taxed when they get paid. They're paying into taxes but reaping none of the benefits because you have to be a legal citizen to ask for the benefits. You have to have a birth certificate, have a social security number, have an ID. You have to have these things to get food stamps or Medicare or Medicaid or any of that stuff. So they pay into it while receiving none of the benefits, which I think is fucking disgusting and horrible. It only helps the capitalist elite have like pretty much people in subjugation because like if you don't work the cheap job, if you don't do the hard work that I want you to and get paid shit for it, I'll just call ICE on your ass. Oh, you try to unionize? I'll just call ICE on your ass. I don't like that. No. Bad. But legal immigration, they come in here typically very educated. Most people that are here undocumented are here because they're overstaying their visas. They're here, they came here legally, and now they haven't left whenever their time of leaving came, right? Like it's like, okay, you had your stay, you either have to become a citizen or renew your visa or go home, right? And they just overstay their welcome, which honestly I don't care because like they're more beneficial and they're human beings and we have enough resources and space and all that stuff. It's not their fault that the people managing it, and the people paying the people managing it want to fucking kill everyone for their line to go up, you know? For profit, we must make the world a shithole for 99% of the population. The people coming over here trying to get the American dream, like, do you understand the dangers of walking through that desert? Not only like heat, like environment, but like animal and also hunters, and then also the threat of violence whenever you get. You know how brave you have to be to make that journey, and they're doing that to become a citizen because they have the American dream. They want to come here to have a better life. They're coming from bad positions and they want the American dream. And a lot of these people try to go through their due process, but it's like literally years you have to wait before it's your turn to go into court, and then they say yay or nay because it's defunded and it's not streamlined so we can sort out the criminals or sort out the people that shouldn't be here. And it's done like that on purpose. I need to hear that again. The women, these people are savages coming from the fucking unbathed, ungroomed. Like, let me show you what I'm looking at right now. Look at this fucker. Unbathed, ungroomed, unhygienic, lives in his own filth. Because of his negligence, possibly led to their parent passing away. Woke up on a daily basis because he had a rotting rat in his room. And when the sun came through the window and hit the rat, it would start smelling bad. Has cockroaches crawling all over him all the time. Had a blanket next to his bed because he never brushed his teeth. His gums would bleed randomly. His mouth is so full of, his teeth are so covered in plaque and unkept that his gums would bleed, and he would wipe his bloody hand on a fucking blanket on his wall. Like, this is the person that's calling other people savages.
Want to do that doesn't mean you want to do it, but you have to do what you need to do in order to enforce your borders, man. Like, that's the way it is. People are too emotional to see that. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like it's you can't make decisions that way. And I understand the way that I talk about this might be.
You can't make decisions with empathy. These fucking dead eyes. Look at it. I'm so glad I paused it where I paused it. These fucking dead sociopathic eyes. You can't think of as a person living in a society, you can't think of things with empathy. When you are making a society, you should make it in the way of you do not know where you're going to end up. You should be like, I want the people at the bottom to have really good, decent lives, because if I was spawned in this world, I don't know where I would be. So if there's slavery, I could be a slave owner, but I could also end up becoming a slave, and I don't want to be a slave. So you can even do it like selfishly. That's the thing. Like, it's not like you don't even have to have empathy for other people. You can just be fucking selfish about it and come to these same conclusions. You can sit there and be as selfish as you possibly want and think, hey, I don't want to be a slave, so that's why I think slavery should be bad. You could argue from that position. You could justify these things from that position. You don't even have to be like, oh, I'm a emotionally motivated. What the fuck is he watching? I'm an emotionally motivated soy boy leftist that cares about empathy and people's feelings, and I don't want people to feel bad. You don't even have to fucking do that shit. You can be like, hey, I don't want to be a slave, so I don't want slavery. I don't want to be homeless, so I don't want homelessness. I don't want to, whenever I go to another nation to try to have a better life, be shot at the fucking border. I don't want that for other people. I don't want women and children to be murdered by governments, so I don't want that for... If I was a woman with their child, I wouldn't want to be shot and murdered by a government. So you could say no to that too. Like, you could do literally anything. Like, but this dead-eyed sociopath doesn't fucking... He lives in a goddamn shithole. He exists in his own little shithole bubble. And that's all that matters to him. He has no social skills. He has no empathy, no love, no nothing. He is the savage. He wants... All he cares about is maximizing cruelty to those who he believes is lesser. And that's why you get takes like this. This isn't the first fucking time he got banned for a take like this. The first time, I'm pretty sure, was him saying, yeah, just kill them all, about, like, Palestinians.
A little bit extreme. It might be a little bit, unemotional. I wish we had more people like me.
You want more people that don't actually have a real fucking job, that live in their dead parents' house, fucking don't bathe, don't brush their teeth, don't wash their ass, or probably even know how to wipe their ass because that's probably too gay for you or some bullshit. You want someone, dude, if 30% of the population, of the world's population, was like you, things would not work out. There are people that are pretty bad, but you are like at the fucking bottom of those people. You don't even actually really contribute to fucking society economically. You don't produce any... You're just an asshole that gets money while talking and playing video games. If I got paid for this, I would not consider this like an actual job. Yeah, it's labor. Yeah, I'm putting like my own labor into it, but it's not like a real fucking job. I'm not providing any goods and services other than fucking entertainment. I'm actually providing for the world. Yeah, I'm making tax. Like, this is bullshit. Like, I have a full fucking job, and I'm also doing this on the side. Like, what are you fucking doing? Sitting there, jerking off to fucking probably little kids getting shot, because that's what you're into, apparently.
I do. I wish we had more, because we got too many pussies that are too worried about the optics of something rather than the reality of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, man. I wish, we got all these pussies that care about people and, like, women and children not being shot by the government. It's so fucking soy of you to be upset about, like, the government shooting women and children, bro. Like, what the fuck? Why are you such a pansy? What are you, a snowflake? Jesus Christ. Savage. Once again, I think this is a perfect example of, like, how White Boy Summer is just savage. Like, not savage in the cool way, you know, like the bro way, you know, like, oh bro, that was savage. More like the Neanderthalic beating each other in the head with fucking rocks version of savagery. You know, like, I think these three segments back to back to back kind of shows that. I know it's like small insular things, but like, this is a big problem, because I could keep on going if I like gathered more like groups and incidents of people with like like, this guy has like fucking millions of followers. Like, he has millions of followers, and they're like, yeah, base, bro. Like, this is a problem. White Boy Summer is Death Cult Summer, is fucking Neanderthal Summer, is fucking animalistic fucking cave tribe people Summer. It's pathetic. He's pathetic. Anyone that agrees with him is pathetic. Anyone that supports this guy is pathetic. The only thing you should do with Asmongold is tell him to take a fucking shower and shut the fuck up. Well, Ay, ay, ay. I survived. I survived without an aneurysm. And I don't think I'm actually gonna be MAGA. I tried it. Nope. I think I'm gonna stick with what's right. You know? I think I might just stick to what's right, what's actually gonna benefit the majority of people, and it's the policies I advocate for, and the ideology that like actually pushes those policies, and they can all cry mad, they can all die and cry mad. I'm here, I'm queer, and Marxism should make these fuckers fear. All right, with that, I'm out of here. I'm fucking going. I'm not playing games. It's midnight. I gotta work tomorrow. Adios, nerds. Bye. See ya. I don't know another language to say goodbye in, so fuck off.